Good morning. Today we will start law of demand. Now, question is, what is law of demand? Law of demand, you see these arrows first. Now, this arrow symbolizes that if the price goes up, then the demand will go down. And if the price goes down, then the demand will go up. Understood? This means other thing being equal, when the price of a commodity increases, its demand falls. And if the price falls, the demand increases. Understood what is law of demand? Now, many more definitions are there, but Marshall, Billas, they all gave equivalent definition of law of demand. Now come the assumption. Entire economics is based on assumption. Now what are the assumptions of this particular law of demand? The first assumption, taste and preference of the consumer remains unchanged. See, taste and preference should not change. It should be the same. Likewise, you are changing your taste every time. Obviously, demand of that particular thing will go down and other commodity will go up. So it should be same. Number two, no change in the income of the consumer. Now, one who is earning, their income should not change frequently. If it is changing, obviously the demand will go up and will come down. And that time law of demand will not hold. So it should be same throughout. Same means maybe 1 year, 2 years, it should be like that. Third one, price of related goods do not change. Now this is very important. Related goods means tea and coffee. They are related to each other. It should not change. If you are today in the market and purchasing tea, rupees 200 rupees kg, and you are purchasing coffee, that is also 250 rupees per kg. It should be 200 and 250 only. It should not change. It should not like that 250 came down to 180 and 200 increased to 220. Obviously, people from tea will move to coffee. It should not change. Number fourth, consumer don't expect change in the near future. This is very important. If they will come to know in near future the price of petrol or the price of diesel will go up, you know what will happen? People will bring more and more and they will keep it at home, which is not a good sign. And a prediction will be there. But what we should do, consumers should not expect any change in the near future. Then only you will be getting the actual figure of demand in the market. This is known as the assumptions of law of demand. Now, very important question, VVI. Question is, why does demand curve slope downward to the right? Very important question, or this question can be asked in this way: why does the law of demand operate? Now, there's two ways they can ask this question. Very easy. Number one, what are the reasons? Answer. First point, law of diminishing marginal utility. See, Understand it properly. Suppose you are too hungry, you are asking your mother, Mama, give me 2 chapati. Your mom gave you. You will take that 2 chapati within 2 minutes. But afterward, again your mother asked you, Beta, you want one more chapati? You will take one more. It will take a little bit more time. Why? Because now your utility is diminishing slowly, is going down. And obviously when you will take the 4th chapati, you will take maybe 15 minutes to chew it up, the full chapati. So this is how, as your utility will go down, it is known as law of diminishing marginal utility. Second point, income effect. Income effect. You know, if the price of a commodity decreases, the purchasing power increases. Why? Because suppose you are taking apple which is 40 rupees kg. If it is 20 rupees kg, you will take 2 kg. Your purchasing power increased from 1 kg to 2 kg. Income effect. Third point, substitution effect. Substitution effect. Now, substitution effect means obviously we substitute the cheaper good with the costlier one. Today you are taking the cheap product, and tomorrow if you have money, you will take the product which is not cheap, alright, which is costlier. Number 4th one, change in the number of buyers. Now, when price fall, many new customer also joins. Suppose today you love to take tea, but you heard from someone the coffee price gone down in the market. Obviously, you will rush to the market to take coffee, so that obviously you know now rate is very less in the market of coffee. So you will love to take coffee. You are new customer. You join that group which other people they were already taking, but you are the new one to join that one. This is known as change in the number of buyers. Now the 5th point, different uses. This is very important. Understand it. Now we know milk. We can use milk for different purpose. I told you before also. But when the price of this milk will increase, it will go up. You know what will happen? That time people will use this milk for a specific purpose, like feeding baby or whatever. The means which is very necessary. That type of work people will do that particular time. Now come exceptions of law of demand. Exceptions. Now what are the exceptions of law of demand? The first one, this will not hold. Exception means this will not hold law of demand. The first one is Giffen's good. Now what is Giffen's good? This was first pointed out by Sir R. Giffen. And to honor him, the goods only named as the Giffen good, like bread. And all these comes under means necessity item. Alright, if the price is going up also, people will purchase because these are the vital things for our body. Now the second point is the prestige good. Prestige goods. Now this was first pointed out by Veblen. And he pointed out like jewelry, AC, car, these all are known as the prestige goods. Because people wearing ornaments, people going in a car and coming in a car, or the people using AC at home, these are the things we take as a prestige. And this was first pointed out by Veblen only. And this also will not hold law of demand. This is also exceptions of law of demand. The third one is the ignorance. Ignorance. Now what is ignorance? Now consumer, what they think that the high price goods are better in quality. But remember, as an economic student, you should apply your brain which one is good, which one is not good. It's not like that. The thing's cost is 10,000 rupees, it's a good one, and the thing cost is 7,000, it is not good. It's not like that. Clear? Next one is necessities, number 4th. Necessities. Now necessities means like medicine, food grains, salt, all these comes under necessity. Whatever will be the price, maybe it is too high, maybe it is too low, people will consume, people will not stop. Yes or no? This is how these are known as the exceptions of law of demand. Now, change in demand. Change in demand. Now, what is change in demand? When the demand changes on account of the factors other than change in price. This is the definition. Other than change in price when demand changes. This means we will leave price, and leaving price, whatever things are there. I told you other thing being equal, the functions, the taste, the preference, the population. If they are affecting the demand, it is known as change in demand. Now we will move on to 2 types of change of demand is there. There are 2 types of changes in demand. The first one is known as movement along the same demand curve, and the second one, shift of the demand curve. Now 2 types are there. Now to know the first type, movement along the same demand curve, we'll have to understand first one, which is known as expansion of demand. Expansion of demand, which is also known as extension of demand or increase in demand. Now what you see this data, you will understand properly. This is price P and this is quantity demanded QD. When the price was 5 rupees, that time quantity demanded was 10. Price gone down to 3, then quantity demanded was 20. So you can understand this is known as how expansion of demand took place, how extension of demand took place, how increase in quantity demanded increased. Why? Because it was 5 rupees, 10 demand was there, and now 3 rupees, 20 demand. Now easily with the help of this one, you can draw graph, draw it. If any possible, you can ask me. Second one, contraction of demand, which is also known as decrease in quantity demand. Again, see this data. This is again price, this is quantity demanded. When it was 3, when quantity demanded was 30, price increased to 5, now people also reduced to 20. So this is how the demand contracted. And again, you can draw the graph of this also with the help of the data. Now, to understand the second one, the second point, the second changes, what was there? Shift of the demand curve. Now, to understand shift of the demand curve, we should understand first, which one? Increase in demand. Increase in demand. Now, don't confuse yourself. In first I said increase in quantity demanded. And this one increase in demand. Now increase in demand, again you see this data. Easily you can say this is price, this is quantity demanded. When it was 10, that time also demand was only 5. And again the price is same. It is not changing, but people are changing. From 5, now 10 people are demanding. Why? Maybe any other reasons. Population increased or taste changed. Many things can take place. This is now next one, the second one. It is decrease. Decrease in demand. There I said decrease in quantity demanded. Here decrease in demand. Again you see this price and quantity demanded. Price is 10 people demanded. Price is 10 only, but 5 people demanded. Maybe they are liking some other product, they are not liking the same product which they were taking earlier. This is how, again, you can draw the graph easily with the help of this data which I have given you. Don't forget to draw the data. Now, causes, next point is causes behind shifts of demand curve. Now question comes every time. They're very important. Alright. Causes behind the shift of demand curve. When demand curve shift, the first point, when change in income takes place. If the income will change, what will happen? The quantity demanded will increase. Suppose my salary is today 10,000 and my salary increased to 15,000. Obviously demand will increase. And in this case, what will happen? The demand curve will shift to right. It will shift to right side. Clear? And vice versa also. Alright? If the salary decrease from 15,000 to 10,000, it will move to the left. Understood? Second point. Second is change in price of related goods. Alright. Now, related goods like tea and coffee. Now, when, suppose the price of a coffee rises, the demand curve of tea will shift to the right. Obviously, people, they will leave coffee and they will move to tea. And when the tea price increase, they will leave this one and they will move on to the coffee. So obviously, which demand will increase, that side, it will be right, this will increase, and the left side, obviously, when it is decreasing. Third point is change in taste. Now, a rise in liking will cause rightward change. Suppose more and more people are liking, this means demand will increase. It will shift right. And if liking is not there, they are not liking it, obviously demand will go down. This means demand curve will shift left. Last point, the fourth one, change in population. Now, this is very important. Change in population means if the population increased, obviously the demand will increase in the market, and when demand will increase, it will move to the right. And suppose the population decreased, like what is happening in Jharia. The rehabilitation is taking place in Dhanbad. People from Jharia will have to shift to Dhanbad. So this means the population of Dhanbad will increase. There, the right, it will move to the right. The curve will move to right. But in Jharia, it will move to the left. This is all about this chapter. Now chapter over. Next slide, I'll come with the new point of new chapter.